Gustave Flaubert was a French writer best known for his novel, Madame Bovary, which is regarded as a masterpiece of realism in literature. He was born on December 12, 1821, in Rouen, France, into a wealthy family of doctors and lawyers. Flaubert was a solitary child who spent much of his time reading and dreaming of a life in literature. He attended school in Rouen and later in Paris, where he developed a love of literature and began writing poetry and plays. He also became involved in the Bohemian literary scene in Paris and developed close friendships with writers such as Victor Hugo and Charles Baudelaire. Flaubert's first novel, The Temptation of Saint Anthony, was published in 1874, but it was Madame Bovary that brought him widespread acclaim. The novel, published in 1857, tells the story of a bored and disillusioned housewife who embarks on a series of affairs in an attempt to escape the constraints of her life. The novel was controversial for its frank portrayal of sexuality and its critique of bourgeois values, and it was the subject of a high-profile obscenity trial in 1857. Flaubert went on to write several other works of fiction, including Sentimental Education and Bouvard et Pécuchet, but he struggled with writer's block and depression throughout much of his life. He was also plagued by financial difficulties, and he was forced to rely on his family for support for much of his career. Despite these challenges, Flaubert continued to write and to cultivate his literary reputation. He was a meticulous craftsman who spent years researching and writing each of his works, and he was known for his attention to detail and his commitment to realism in his writing. He was also deeply influenced by the Romantic writers of his time, particularly Victor Hugo, and his work often explores themes of love, passion, and the search for meaning in a changing world. Flaubert died on May 8, 1880, in Croisset, France, from a cerebral hemorrhage. His work has had a lasting impact on French and European literature, and he is regarded as one of the greatest writers of the 19th century. His dedication to realism and his commitment to the craft of writing have inspired generations of writers, and his work continues to be widely read and studied to this day.